We are back with the custom shovel head rigid frame Sportster. Tore off everything I really don't like, and that's probably most of it. Took off the rear fender, took off the highway bars. I got to take off that headlight. Took off the tank. Took off the seat, but I think the seat's staying. I might reconfigure it a little bit. Took off the back fender. God, it just really frees this thing up. That back fender was killing me. So it's going to get a shorty chopper fender on it. Took the passenger pegs off. This will never have a passenger on it. Probably do some forward controls. All the wiring I got to figure out. It should be easy to be compacted underneath the tank. And that's it. So I gotta get some parts. This is the tank that will be going on it. I was always hoping to use this tank somewhere, and it actually fits. So yeah, let's check out what that looks like. So this tank, my friend Tom's father painted this probably back in the 60s or the 70s. I've always wanted to use it on a bike, and this thing's going to work. Deep metal flake with the weed leaves on the sides, and just got to configure it. It should be fine. Small, but I'm not going far on this bike. So that's the start of it. I'm really psyched to use this tank, and let's work on it some more. I've had this for a couple, like 4 days, and rode it today in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and came home and continued to just tear it down. I took off everything I don't like. I'm leaving what's here, although the tires have to come off. It really needs tires. Took, tank off, everything off. I'm pretty convinced that this is going to be the coolest bike ever when I'm done with it. I hope you agree. So this is the bike that I would have wanted in high school. So I got my motorcycle license in 1987, and this would have been my dream bike. So I'm going to build this the way I would have wanted it in 1987. Took off the back fender. That was it was terrible. This is all the stuff that came off. Need a new headlight. I don't like the one that was on there. The bars, I'm going to probably do T-bars. Front fender came off. That has to go. It's a chopper. And this is all going to stay, and I don't even want to clean it that much. I'll do some soap and water. It's going to get a shorty fender, probably come to about here. It'll probably have the same seat. I might drop it down, maybe move it back a little bit. It felt a little bit too far forward. But I'm going to build some stuff for this. It's going to be more of an art project than a motorcycle. I got to deal with all this wiring. I think I can condense that. It's just going to be really, up here there's just going to be an on-off switch and a push button start, and not any of this. Well, I mean, all the wiring still has to stay, but I gotta figure out how to hide that. Yeah, so it's coming along. Still got a couple more things to take off and work on, and then I'll start putting it back together, and it's gonna be really cool. So stay tuned. Been working on the wiring for at least 3 years. No, actually it's only been 2.5 weeks, but today I figured out everything, and everything's working, including the starter. That was my last issue. So I just wanted to do a brief update on the changes here. I realize this video is going to be just like a series of short videos because I haven't filmed myself doing anything, but I want to show you the changes that I made. And really all I am waiting on is the tank, and then it will be back on the road. So let's go over a couple things. I got the brake set. I got the rear wheel centered. It was kind of off to the left, so I got that centered. I got the brake all set. The disc is right in the middle. I made this out of some stainless steel. Got a light on there. Light's working. New battery. I neatened up this wire today with the fuse in it. It didn't come out really good the first time. Made a fender for it. New fender, cut it out for the chain. Put in this old microphone as a taillight. That's all wired well. Different seat. This is a seat off of a 2016 Softail Slim. I had to weld this little clip in here to put the clip from the seat under there, and just bolted it here, and worked out really well. These blinkers were in front originally. I have them mounted in the back now. What else did I change? So this is all the wiring mess that I've been working on for 2 weeks. I'm hoping the tank fits over that. I don't have the tank here because my mechanic is trying to figure out the nipples and to get those installed on the tank. But that's really the last thing I'm waiting for. I put these blinkers on this week, so they're working. So all the blinkers are working, headlights working. Put the front end back on. Can't figure out why this is loose. I got to work on that, and I haven't been able to bleed the brakes yet, but I'll work on that. No more key, just a on switch, and finally got the starter working. I think I had one wire to the relay that was not hooked up correctly, or I didn't solder it properly. But that's it for now. It's gonna run soon. So the front, I put this mirror on. All the controls work. Over the winter, I will probably get rid of these controls and put like a Moto Gadget cluster in there with just some simple buttons. Got the T-bars on. I love those, they look great. And just waiting on the tank. So I will be back with the tank, and we'll get this thing wrapped up and started again. All right, so trying to get the front brake bled. I think it's the master cylinder. So I took everything apart and I ordered a rebuild kit, but everything's here. So we got that rebuild kit and rebuild that, and hopefully I can bleed the brakes. But I got the tank back, and it's had to bore out some of these holes or rethread them for pipe thread. So I'm going to make sure this fits, and then I got to put some rust stop inside and let that soak for overnight, or swish it around a couple day or two, and then we should be able to get this mounted and running. Tank is mounted. Alright, that fuel filter was leaking, so I put one of these lawnmower ones on. Seems to be okay, so let's give it a try.
I'll put mine all the way to the front because I'm not going to be moving until Sunday.
Working. Alright, let's get off the lift and get it out of the garage. So I took it for a ride, ran good. Feels dangerous like it should, and I'm pretty happy with it. So this is it for now on this bike. I might do some more work over the winter on it, but and I gotta get the front brakes situated. So I'm sure another bike will be in my future. I don't know what that will be, who knows, but I'm really happy with this, and it's going to be fun to ride, although I'm not going long distances with the rigid frame. And I got schooled a little bit on the terms shovelhead, ironhead. I thought all the bikes in the shovelhead years were called shovelheads, whether they were Sportsters or bigger bikes. So I learned that this is not a shovelhead. This is an ironhead. The shovelheads are the larger bikes, not the Sportsters. So that, makes a lot of sense, and I'm happy to have an ironhead. Thanks for watching.